and welcome once again. This is D-Man with Quad V bringing you League of Legends action. It is going to be the Go4LoL. It is the June 5th finals. So that was Sunday night, June 5th in America. This is the American version. It is TeamWe, which is the Chinese team, one of the big Chinese teams, versus unRestricted. Now, this is the semi-finals. And so for the teams for you, going to be for the blue team, which will be try and get my bearings. unRestricted as the blue team, and now it's going to be Janna, Zilean, Warwick, Corki, and Misfortune. For TeamWe, it is going to be Amumu, Taric, Annie, Cho'Gath, and Irelia. Let's give you some name checks as well while we're in there. It's Liquid112, Pobelter, Lapakaa. Lapakaa, it's his replay, I believe. Nyjacky and Jsura. These are not going to be easy names to go with. For TeamWe, it is Grez. Oh, really? Seriously? I can't pull that out. Woyichaoshen. I've absolutely butchered some Chinese there now, I'm sure. Dancingcany, Felix. That's nice and easy one. And qqbobby. So, Bobby. QQ. So, what are we going to expect? Obviously, typical junglers is Warwick and Amumu. We have clairvoyance as well from both Janna and Taric. So pretty standard lanes. Misfortune, Janna, bottom lane, I guess. Corki probably solo top, Zilean mid for the unrestricted team as blue. And for the purple team, TeamWe, I guess we're going to have Annie mid, Cho'Gath. Actually, I don't know really whether, I guess Taric with Irelia and bottom lane. That's interesting. Could be Cho'Gath's solo, or it could be Irelia solo. I mean, it could be either of them. That's a pretty tanky team, has to be said, from TeamWe, and really lacking in the range, because Annie's range is quite low compared to everyone else. So we're in game at last. It took a little while to load there, I noticed. You may notice we haven't got the observer mode on. This is watching from our replay, unfortunately, so it is without replay mode, so we're from the view of Lapakaa. As you can see, looks like he's gone with Hunter's Call to begin with, and Smite Go. So I guess they're going to look, in judging by the way they're going, they're actually going to be starting over at Lizard Buff instead of... no, they're not. They're going full aggressive. They're going to go for the enemy Golem. So going around the backside, enemy Golem. Let's have a quick look at the items they've built. You can see boots on Janna, they did double clairvoyance each other. I can see plenty of regrowth pendants as well. Doran's Blade on Janna. So I'd be interested to see how these lanes stack up actually. This could be different sort of style from the Chinese team. May not be quite expecting how it's going to turn out, but they're going to go straight in. I'm not too sure how these Team 1 fights are going to turn out. Obviously, a lot more tankier Team we begin with, but they've got a lot of range poke here. Obviously you've got the bombs from Zilean. I can assume he's took bombs early. You've got phosphorus bombs from Corki, so you could blind a lot of those melee heroes straight away. And obviously if Janna's took Whirlwind, or maybe even the shield, could put a big bonus damage on them. So it looks like unrestricted potentially going to try and steal the blue, or even gank a blue. So expect to see them coming around the top here in a moment.
Minions have
wait
spawned.
for the 155, I guess, or maybe even a little bit later. Almost certainly, probably. In fact, they may even gank the bottom lane hero coming down the bottom here. I guess that's what their plan is. Yeah, so go at 50, they've just said. So they're going to be going at them at 50. So they may be even going to try and catch a couple of them. I don't know whether it'd be better off to... I suppose they want the blue as well, so that's why they're going to go for it. There we go, 50. They are going in. So immediately going in there, Clairvoyance goes down, and they're not here. Here comes Cho'Gath coming around the top. They're going to try and gank Cho'Gath. Cho'Gath flashes away quickly. Valkyrie from Corki, but he's going to back away. And Gentleman Cho'Gath does not die. So first blood isn't given out, but that's going to be Lapakaa picking up the buff, and obviously he's going to take one of the wolves and leave the other one there, I guess. Maybe just go completely. So we're missing bottom lane at the moment. He's got to be careful here. They are still no sign of them. We've got Irelia top for TeamWe, so it's going to be Cho'Gath and Taric down the bottom here, I think. Unless okay, yes, of course, we're in the American game, so Taric's going to be the roamer. Taric's going to be roaming everywhere. This is please forgive me. I've been covering a lot of European games, and for some reason the metagame in Europe they don't really cover roamers. I don't know why. I don't know what it is that they don't do it, but that's how it works out. They just don't prefer to roam. They need to be a little bit wary. As we look up towards top, Zilean has got Taric on him there, so it's going to continue to farm though. It's going to be hard to spot him. Meanwhile, Lucas started off on his path with golems down the bottom. So Corki mid versus Annie, as expected. That new Frostfire Annie as well. Very awesome skin. I'd like Frostfire. I mean, it's such a basic idea. Just change the fire to white. but it works. It really does work. It's livened up the whole character, especially with the buff as well. So yeah, so Zilean versus Irelia down the bottom here could be tricky. Zilean's going to obviously farm with the bombs, but needs to be really wary. He's not got an awful lot of hit points there, and it's 295 hit points compared to qqbobby's. Going to be a lot more stronger. So Janna's coming down the bottom. Going to try and have a little poke at Annie, but not really going to come from it. So Janna's trying to roam as well here. So Janna's going to be warding as much as possible. You can see the wards on him, and Corki just needs to be a little bit wary of Taric. That's a potential double stun new combo right there with Taric roaming. Instead he's giving Cho'Gath all the farm down the bottom, but Cho'Gath is being pushed. Here comes Taric down the bottom, goes straight for Misfortune, but they have got the exhaust on him there. He's going to flash away, but he think he's going to escape there. Then surely the rupture's going to come out. He's going to have the stun up again, surely. It's been a long distance, so Taric's stun must be up very soon. I think it's around about 12 seconds stun early on. He's going to try and dive him. No, they've backed away. And jsura gets away with that. 64 hit points. Meanwhile, they're diving up towards the top there. They did manage to get the whirlwind through, or the howling gale as the actual name. If then people always say it's a tornado. Well, not really. It's not the whirlwind, not the tornado. It's the howling gale is the actual name. But either way, they managed to get it through, but not a kill. So first blood still not coming. 4 minutes 41 into the game. Nobody been back and bought really, other than Misfortune was sent packing. Meanwhile, Zilean just getting pushed there. Janna has come around the top again there. He's going to put the Q, the slow, onto him. They're going to catch him with a howling gale once again. He's going to get away though. Unless he can just get a bomb. He tried to get that last bomb on him, but that's going to push the lane quite heavily as well. Meanwhile, Cho'Gath's had a little bit of free farm down the bottom here. We're still not seeing Warwick come out for a gank. He's just picked up blue again. And we've not seen Amumu anywhere just yet. They are at the 5-minute mark, so Amumu is almost certainly going to make an appearance. There is Taric down the bottom again, having another poke down. Didn't bother stunning though this time. Cho'Gath is going to come around. He's got a big stack. He wants to try and put a bit of damage on there. Just needlessly stuns Irelia and takes a tower hit there. Not too sure of the point of that. They're going to continue trying to push qqbobby at the top here, but he's got to be getting close now. He's at level 4, I think, according to that. We're having the replay issue of the fact we are viewing from Warwick, so we won't get to see the updates so much. So he's really not looking around the map. He's not checking for any gank opportunities at the moment, which is why we're not getting to see the health bars of anyone. As I missed the first blood, it was actually Zilean. Looks like he tower dived onto qqbobby. Did get qqbobby down, but first blood, importantly, goes to Irelia, and that's going to be the bonus gold that you get from first blood. So that was a full tower dive at the top there by the looks of it. Almost tempted to rewind and show it you, but nevertheless, we will ignore. So Warwick's still on his first run actually here, it seems. He's still got that long sword. So I expect to see the Madred's claw coming out very soon. At the moment we're having a bit of a gank attempt on Annie in a minute. Needs to be careful. Exhausted, used up there though. So Annie just backing away. Didn't have a stun. I didn't have it up. I didn't see whether she's certainly going to have it built up now. Well, we can see Janna's just come back down the bottom there. Going to have another little poke trying to zone out Cho'Gath and Taric. Cho'Gath up to 5. Good lord, the moment I back away and a double kill again there. So, well, we saw that Annie was low, so Corki obviously went for it, but we'd already seen just as moved away that. I don't believe this. I don't believe it. It's going on all around the map, and I'm missing everything. So, that is 3 deaths missed already. Well, actually, technically it's 4 because there's been double kills left, right and centre. 5, I suppose you could go that way. So I don't understand why Corki went for it. We can see Annie just as we pulled away. We saw Annie building up the stun. Would have had Tibbers ready and instead went in there. So Corki diving in. But that's going to give Warwick, who we've still not seen making any gank attempts. We did see Amumu was down the bottom here. So he's going to try and steal red. In fact, it looks like he's going to come around the back side of Irelia. No, he's going to go in towards red instead. Remember, Amumu will be somewhere around here, so he's going to try and steal, but he's not there. Not going to get any steal whatsoever. Who actually got the kills and who's been making the buys? So we'll have a look in a moment, because I can see Warwick is going for Irelia at the top here. No idea where there's a ward. Oh, he's going to go for Zilean though. He needs to get round the top quickly. He's going to pop the ulti on, and that was a little bit early with the ulti, I feel there. Surely the bomb, yeah, they rewinded. Oh, Lapakaa steals the kill there, because that bomb was on. That second bomb was almost certainly going to get the kill. Meanwhile, bottom lane is miss. And Warwick is going to try and steal red now. Is it going to be up? 8 minutes in. It should be up this time. Yes, it will be. So he's going to try and steal the Still that in the bush. He has taken top down, so it's only Amumu he really needs to worry about. As I think he's just pinged it to say basically wary of Annie. He's actually backed away, so Annie's gone miss. So there is Amumu up top. Needs to be a little bit wary. He has managed to steal the red though. Got to be careful. Annie hasn't actually noticed it. Now she's coming across, so he might get a little caught. No, he's alright. Meanwhile, down the bottom, you can see Cho'Gath's been pushed as well. Cho'Gath has been slightly harassed. So I'll try and quickly have a look at what they've been buying. We can see Liquid's not made a trip back yet, hasn't needed to. Double Dominance Ring and Sorcerer's Shoes on Zilean, that's been the top lane. Against Irelia, who's had a Philosopher's, and looks like he's building towards Mercury Boots, also got himself a ward there. Meanwhile, in the mid here, we have Corki v Annie, 46 CS versus 48, so pretty even. Taric comes around the backside there, Valkyrie's away just as the stun comes in there from Taric, so he backs away. Meanwhile, down the bottom here, they're having another go, managing to catch a nice Howling Gale on towards Cho'Gath and pushing him out of lane again. But, you know, all that harassment there, it's kind of to nothing, because this whole creep wave right here is just going to go straight to him on the tower, and he's just going to get the experience, etc. anyway, because they've pushed the lane so heavily with the two there, rather than I guess they're just last hitting, but they've managed to push the creep wave quite heavily regardless. So Felix is just going to say, okay, silence it all up. Ulti used by Misfortune, so expect her to be going back, or is that just kind of an overexcited waste as I get pulled back by the Warwick ported back? So Wriggle's Lantern on Warwick, we can see in the bottom corner here. Taric has still not been, actually he has been back to himself some Ninja Tabby. Some speedy boots with dodge. Rally we've already seen. He's just getting farmed at the top there, so we can't really see the health bar, so which is why I'm kind of being caught out. That's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. We can just catch a glimpse. I keep trying to look at the mini-map, but Janna needs to be a little bit wary here. She's solo. Taric is just in the bush here. Obviously Cho'Gath there, she can easily be caught out. He got 746 hit points. Going to come out like that. It's going to make her visible. They're aware that Misfortune was gone, so that's why the ulti was used. Has actually gone for a Vampire Accepted. Needs to be wary. Just going to dash away there. So yeah, hasn't got really any damage at the moment there. That's the important BF sword. So blue's going to be given to Zilean as Warwick backs away. Expecting he needs to be wary. He's going to reset it. That was pretty fail. I have to be honest, that was pretty fail. Resets it. He has to use a rewind and bomb again. You're still not going to get it with that single bomb. Finally, there we go. So Warwick goes a looking. Janna's pulled it away, so Janna's finally made a trip back. Come up with a hog and a pair of boots which he already had. So a Heart of God. So I'm going to start generating that GP5. Meanwhile, down the bottom, like I mentioned, he's not really got the damage because he's just getting harassed. Hasn't been able to get the CS that she'd like, I don't think, Misfortune down the bottom here. So 51 for Cho'Gath versus, what, 66? So slight advantage. Taric obviously not picking any up, and so is Janna, so it's kind of expected for those. I'll tell you what, Zilean is pushing this lane again, getting very strong harassment, but he did build, obviously got that null magic mantle early on, so try and restrict the damage. We're not seeing the health update, obviously, from the bombs. Meanwhile, we can see a possible gank on here. It is Amumu down in the middle. He's going to get Frost Root Bomb. He's going to get the ulti on him. That's surely going to be. No! He's managed to get a flash through. Timbers went down, which stunned him. Frost Root Bomb. Can he get the ulti on him? He has flashed through, so lots of summoner spells used there just to get that singular gank. And Bobby also going down up the top. Zilean has used his ulti to dive on the tower, so bomb ulti, diving, nasty stuff. Meanwhile, they're going to pick up the dragon, so that's the first dragon now going to unrestricted, and that's going to be pretty much a free dragon with Annie's Tibbers used. Cho'Gath also missing as well down the bottom, so whether he got forced back, I didn't see. The turret does go down up top to the minions. Obviously, Zilean did just dive Irelia, so unrestricted now in a stronger position. So maybe those summoner spells weren't quite so wasted, because obviously it was all about getting that dragon eventually. So 12 minutes gone. Fairly early dragon compared to, say, the Europeans. They generally, it's usually around 15 minutes, but obviously as the opportunity arrives. So we're seeing a bit of push. Oh, Misfortune needs to be wary here. Going to use that strut to get away, though. You can see the little hearts coming out the backside. Oh, nom 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 nom. Gentleman Cho'Gath is nomming something. Irelia's going to get a nice double creep wave up the top there. You can see Warwick's pathfinding. He's coming towards bottom here. I guess it's Taric's probably the one they're going to go for. Ideally, it'd be Cho'Gath. Oh, they've actually targeted Cho'Gath. Oh, Amumu's popped out. They wasn't expecting that. Managed to ninja himself in there. Does manage to pop the ulti. Warwick is going to come around the backside. Who's he going to go on? He goes on towards Taric. Taric is surely the target. He's going to try and flash away. And I think it's going to be everyone backing off. They're going to try and go for Amumu. They're trying to put a slowdown on him there. I think they did manage to land the slow. Needs to be wary. The stun goes back on towards Warwick again. I don't think anyone's going to go down here unless they got to be careful. Corki is going to come down and try and help. And he's missing at the moment. The clairvoyance does go down, which is obviously trying to give them view. Zilean has gone top. Needs to be wary. He's going to go in for Irelia. Tries to get the double bomb down on him. He will get. He has managed to get an needlessly large rod as well. So I'm going to keep my eye on. Meanwhile, down the bottom here, and he's still missing. Remember, there is water in the river, so we've not seen her come down river. So she almost certainly must be going towards top. He's on 600 health. There's Annie. There she is. So she's going up towards top. So nobody actually going down in all of that fight. Lots of posturing up, lots of pushing. So double attack damage push on towards the tower, and that's going to put a lot of damage. They've not really got anything that can stop it here. They're going to trum around and try and put as much on as they can. Look at the damage there from Corki, just going straight on towards. I think it was on to Amumu. Popping that ulti, has got himself a sheen, so the ability proc going up there as well. From 266 health, the bomb is going to go off, and Irelia is pretty much at full according to my targeting there. So Warwick has returned. He's got himself, like I said, that wriggles. He's got himself a giant's belt now. As Misfortune still got that BF. No, still not got a BF, but doesn't matter because Corki's pretty well built. Got that tier of the goddess as well as the sheen, like I mentioned earlier, as lying on the Mercury tread. So that tower almost certainly gone in bottom. Meanwhile at the mid here, Annie having a little go. Or is it Warwick having a go? As Warwick has. And he's been and bought himself some sorcerer's boots, he has sorcerer's shoes, and the catalyst protector. So fairly standard build for an Annie so far. Going to probably build up to a Rod of Ages. Looks like Annie is going to be the target. You can see Corki and Co coming around the side there. Clairvoyance wasn't used there. Yes, he was. They came around, so they saw him coming. Didn't see where the Clairvoyance went down. It managed to gone down, so they spotted him and they had pushed the top lane. Oh, needs to be a little bit wary. Corki has been caught, and that's Corki almost certainly going down. Meanwhile, they're going to try to take that tower down. I think the minions may well get it. Yes, they will. The minions finished it off, but Corki, well, caught by a Taric stun. Not managing to quite escape. 5 for the kills. The dragon is due. I think it was 18 minutes. I think it was due. The top lane of Cho'Gath's going to get some nice feasting there. Still no oracles yet. They are going to make a push on towards Annie, and ulti used by Janna there. Just trying to get a bit of farm. I think she's almost certainly going to try and get a BF sword shortly. That's possibly what she's going to go by now. Looks like Bloodthirster probably going to be built first. Meanwhile, Annie does continue to push with the Yeti, or whatever it is, with Tibbers. I'm not sure what the Frostfire version is meant to be. I guess it's got to be a Yeti, so who knows. So Zilean picks up, and Zilean almost got the Rabadon's death cap now, so Zilean's been farming nicely. CS wise, while we have a small break in action, 111 for Zilean up top versus Irelia at 85. Obviously got that kill advantage and the tower, so going to have that slight advantage. Irelia's died 3 times now, and Zilean is doing very well there. He needs to be wary of that. I don't think if he's aware. Yes, Clairvoyance just went down. I had a Clairvoyance go down, so he backed straight away. That ward is paying dividends, so that's going to be blue picked up for free. As Corki has completed the Man of Mew now as well. So I think he already had the positive. So Warwick's going to get the buff. Meanwhile, down the bottom, Misfortune has picked up that BF sword. So unrestricted looking pretty strong at the moment, and TeamWe from China are going to have to consolidate. So blasting ward now on Annie, trying to get that AP built up a little bit. 17:24, so we're not quite at well, we're nowhere near really Baron time, so I don't think they're going to go for that. They're only around level 10, 12, so yeah, 12 on Annie, so not quite at the stage yet. You need to be around about 20 minutes. Obviously, it depends how strong your build is in your team. Obviously, level 8 on Janna. She's roaming around. I think I saw Oracle on it. Yes, so she's roaming around. 18, yes, it is due in 20 seconds, which is why they had an air. Clairvoyant's actually just gone down. That's a wasted Clairvoyant. It's not really wasted. They obviously knew the time was coming due, but they weren't exactly sure on the time, which means they've completely lost vision until that clairvoyance is done. And obviously if they are using clairvoyance on it, it means they've got no wards there at all either. They have good ward placement to cover off what TeamWe are doing, but I think they are going to come in for it. They have got that ward here. So there we go, it spawns and they take it before TeamWe are even aware of it, because they didn't quite have their time down. So that's going to be a free ward, and there goes clairvoyance just as this. Oh, you missed it, lads. So Misfortune returns to the bottom. Gets that free farm. Zilean goes back up top, clears out his farm as well. So good lane coverage here. They are keeping on top, not giving anything free to any of the heroes. So obviously Irelia could easily just push up top there. Wow, that tower's really not took any damage. It's took 32 hit points. That's it. The entire time, 32 hit points. And Zilean did really well solo laning against Irelia there. Which I would not have thought myself. Looks like a sheen on Irelia, I think I just got a glimpse of, which is kind of standard. Probably going to build towards Trinity Force early on. And he has completed Rod of Ages. And Cho'Gath has got himself Glacial Shroud there. Looks like he's obviously cooldown reduction, etc. Probably going to go towards a Frozen Heart eventually. Mercury Tread's almost certainly coming out, as well as that Catalyst and Protector. Janna needs to be a little bit wary. She's just got a second hog as well. Put herself wards down, making herself the perfect support, going around warding up everything. Amumu picking up free farm at bottom lane. Didn't quite catch a glimpse of what he had. And yeah, so they're just saying we can get Amumu bottom lane. He's got himself a Philosopher's Hog and Mercury Treads on... sorry, Heart of Gold, I should say. Shouldn't really abbreviate too much in casting. I try to do it for, you know, everyone that can watch. You know, a lot of people, I do get some comments on the streams that people are like, oh my god, you're not being technical enough, or you're not being in depth enough. Well, frankly, the common person probably would be lost by if you start getting in depth into some of the tactical. I mean, I'm not putting doubt on a lot of people's intelligence, but frankly, it can get a little. Oh, they're going to be everybody's going to go in. Surely going to ulti. He will do, but it's only Lapakaa he actually caught. Didn't want to do that, and Taric actually been taken down very low there. Timbers gets put down. It's on Lapakaa again. Surely going to get away with it. Ult is in, manages to take down, and he went down in the process. And Corki trying his best to take down Taric, I think he was in there. And Misfortune's going to come around and get a nice ulti across the log. A silence midway through it. Beautifully done. Taric also managing to ulti on him, stun him, which is what did the damage. Zilean, though, comes around the side. Corki's in a locked battle with Irelia and just about takes him down at the end. Meanwhile, Zilean trying to dive. I think he got the bomb off, and he does get the kill onto Cho'Gath. That's an ace. Very nicely done. It could have gone so badly wrong, and as you can see by the hit points, it was very close, but it was all done by the fact that they went for Warwick, which is really not the person they wanted. And Misfortune's ulti didn't come through, so it wasn't really a lot of damage from that, but obviously got in there. Corki did very well, managing to try and burst down as much and just keep that armor penetration on the whole team. Zilean managed to come around the side. Zilean is quite fed now. Got Rabadon's death cap as well as the Sorcerer's boots, and you know, it's building towards. He's got himself amplifying temp as well, so possibly building. Well, it could be there's about 5 different things he could be building towards on Zilean for that. Trinity Force maybe being completed by Corki here, porting back. Bloodthirster has been completed by Misfortune, and obviously those double Dorans had now got herself a Zeal. Very nice. Corki has not completed the Trinity Force. Instead, got himself a agility pot there. And Quicksilver Sash actually on Warwick, because he's going to be ulting in there, obviously probably expecting to be stunned by Taric. Taric taking out the ward there with his Oracle, expecting to be stunned. And obviously Quicksilver Sash, it's such a cheap item for basically a free cleanse. It really is a great item. Looks like they're stacking up possibly for Baron here. There is a ward in the bottom, so they're almost certainly not going to do it. Will they trap for it? That's the question. And will we take the guide? So I try my best to target Amumu, obviously himself a Giant's Belt, so possibly some fire coming out shortly. They are going to go for Baron, and they have got this ward at the top there. Clairvoyance has gone down in it, but they are too slow because they've got a lot of damage, and that is we not being able to respond quick enough there to a free Baron, really. And that's surely putting unRestricted in a strong position. I think Dragon was taken down there and actually missed the time, and I didn't notice the time. There you go. So I can do the math there, 24 minutes. So obviously the 6-minute timer. So Misfortune's going to push top lane. I guess they're going to go towards the top inner turret, which is what they're looking like they're doing. They're going to go around the side to be careful. Maybe try and gank anyone. Oh, Warwick gets spotted by the clairvoyance as well as Janna. Warwick needs to be a little bit wary going around the side there, but Cho'Gath's not really got a fat lot of damage because he's not been able to farm a great deal really in comparison to say Misfortune now. I mean, if we look at the two that were basically in lane together, Cho'Gath, Misfortune 145 minutes, Cho'Gath 128, but in terms of damage wise and obviously assists and the kills, there is it seems like a great difference. Oh, they're coming around the back side. Annie coming around the back needs to be a little bit wary. Amumu's going to try to get in an ulti. Yes, he will do. They do come around the back side. Nicely done there. Tower did go down though, and Corki's managed to get a phosphorus bomb on everyone there. Zilean comes in, bombs, rewinds, bombs everyone again. Oh, it's all gone Pete Dog. Remember, they did have the Baron on there and not a single person going down. Of course, they have the res effect as well from in fact, it's really horrible team to fight. The double support almost with Zilean as AP hero, 485 AP, pouring those bombs down, and obviously has the res effect in there. You also got the big Janna heal, which I saw trigger in there as well, along with the Whirlwind's triple Heart of Gold and Ionian boots to keep the cooldown reduction on, and that is going to be GG, surely. So GG given by Grez, and really well played by unRestricted here. It was pretty even to start with. What is he doing? Our surrender vote came out, charged it. So well played, unRestricted take this. That is the semi-final of the Go4LoL June 5th finals. Semi-finals. Who will they face in the final? Well, you'll find out soon enough. Stay tuned. This is D-Man with Quad V, bringing you League of Legends action.